ladies and gentlemen. After our slightly lengthy stay from getting our shiggy-diggy on, we are back. I have everything all set. And it turns out I was missing a whole lot of fucking shit for this fight. Namely, a very needed seal stone. And I think I missed a couple of, like, those big buffs. Because I was missing that, both of the 150%. Honestly, I'm debating switching out that other one for no HP recovery. That's... No, I'm not that suicidal. Let's go swap that in. I'll see if I can't think of a better one for that. Because this is going to be a rough fight. Because the first half of that fight with him, if everyone remembers from last time, is easy. That's the easy part. And then the second half, where we get him to like 50% health, and then he starts shitting out in different judgment a million times. That's when the cancer happens. That's when I'm not McLovin' it. And the problem is, his normal attacks are okay. It's almost like an introduction. It's very easy. But as soon as you hit 50%, all of a sudden it's just one-shot central. And he is fast as hell, too. Let's see, the best thing I could probably do here is... I can't tell what elements he's using, so we'll be able to buff our tolerances up by 20% across the board. Or Blessing for when he's on the ground. I'm okay with having reduced defense, that's fine. I might have to get rid of Stone Hurler's Wrath. Yeah, I probably should. Oh yeah, Valkyrie uses Holy. Okay, that works. Okay, extra 20% against elements. Holy buff for that big fight. An extra 150% boost. And then Orb Blessing just to keep things going. So, we've made quite a bit of headway. Discovered a couple tricks during our downtime. Yeah, we were... I think the health we had, because we weren't even like level, we were what, maybe level 40 or some shit?
Do what we must do. Victory will be ours.
Sleeping on the job. One of the things I found out was this.
Strike true. Falling for you. No big deal.
So while I was going out and getting various doodads and stuff, I also stocked up consumables. And got a bunch of other shit that we needed and basically just hadn't done on stream. Because it's really fucking time consuming. And most of it would have just been like grinding work. And I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. I don't want to have to sit through that on stream either. I only have so many interesting things I could say as I fight the same enemies ad nauseum. And the fact that I'd be doing it at, you know, 5 times the speed of everyone else. I'm not sure that'd be a pleasant viewing experience. But let's go over the gameplay. Well, okay, like, I have kind of a game plan for this. During the time we were gone, I figured out that I was able to put together Solomon's Ring, which lets you talk to animals. I haven't talked to the animals yet, but I didn't know what this meant, because I assumed it was related to... I'll be honest, I had no idea. But I just threw this on constantly as I was going around in hopes of trying to roll it, and then I looked online, and then... Because, like I said, during the second run, I'm allowed to do the research. So, either 3-3-3-3 or 4 7s give you a 100% drop rate on items. And also boosts your crit rate, but, you know. Rufus has the Blue Gale. Also got him Dismantle. This has been, like, the key to putting together a lot of the stuff we've been putting together. Great, it's sped up getting shit, and it's going to help a lot during Seraphic Gate, which is why I'm going over this. So, went through some of the other dungeons that we basically were blitzing through. Picked up some seal stones that we're going to need, because there are several that we are going to need for Seraphic Gate as well. And I just needed them for damage boosts and to do this fight. Like, this is a difficult fight on hard, there's no joke. The only reason this was a cakewalk, I think, on normal, on top of normal being very easy, was the... Not even base boosted Alicia, because they got rid of her. How unfortunate. Also, some of the tricks in order to get 4 7s or 4 3s, it's absolute AIDS. Basically, either with Poison or Soul Carver's Wrath, or by standing in front of an enemy, I have to hope coincidentally that I just land on either... What was it? It needs to be 77 at the end. It needs to be a multiple of 3 in the 3rd digit. Otherwise, it will not work. Because, or at least a way that the number 300 could fit into 3. Because our options for healing are the Warrior's Arcanum, which heals exactly 300, or the Apothecaries, which is 1500. And then, yeah, if you want to get specific, yeah, sure, we have, you know, this. 5k, baby. Getting him to 7777 and keeping him there sucked. And was one of the most cancer experiences I think I've ever had. But once we got him, we kept losing it several times. So we had to go get Force Field. And on hard, Force Field doesn't exactly last very long, because everyone does 30% more damage. Just fuck my shit up. But that's been our saving grace. So, let's get everyone up to speed here. We're just chilling in the pause menu. So the question is, will this work? I also got the Conqueror's Armor. It turns out this is male only. And only on heavy warriors. So by running all 4 Valkyries during the last run, I kneecapped myself. Single-handedly. And, fucked myself. Because this gives us 100 attack, 100 magic, 50 hit, 50 avoid, 280, which is the highest defense out of any armor we have access to right now. Resist. The only downside is it reduces all of our elemental resistances by 20. But that's okay, because it also makes us damn near invulnerable to Doom, Frailty, and Transfer. That's important because, if I remember correctly, there was Indifferent Judgment, which is the big AoE that fucks our shit up. And then Powerful Name, which is an insta-kill. So we didn't have Doom resistance until I made this. Or at least good Doom resistance. Like, I threw some shit together, but it's not the same. Then this adds attack, of all the things. So at this point... Shell Shade will be useful. Also, I made Goddess Pendants for just about every dude. And the Tri-Emblem. Goddess Pendant gives a 20% boost to defense, and also 50% Dark Resist. I'm assuming Lezard uses Dark, but I can't tell which attack. Because I can't really identify it. You and your Sacred O-Face. And the cool thing is, I also went to that original poem at the start of the game and got this. The Tri-Emblem. Which is a meme. Because it's just emblem feature the mark of 3 overlapping triangles. That's the logo for the company. Tri-Ace is continuously fucking me. But holy shit, is this thing amazing. 30% avoid, 50% defense boost, 30% magic resist, and then 90% fire resist. Fire does the most damage in the game. This is like mission critical. And I will be putting it on it's basically dedicated for Valkyrie. I didn't even have this when we went here the first time. God, I was not only is the fight hard as shit, I was also extremely underprepared. Also, I didn't even know Ascalon had crit until I started looking around. Because I was looking through everyone's equipment, I'm like, okay, so I can't predict when someone will land on those lucky numbers. So I need everyone to have crit stuff. I couldn't find any crit stuff for the heavy warriors, but I was able to find this. She hits once, and then it gives her crit. Rufus has Blue Gale. It's the only thing he's useful for. He's the bane of my existence. I want to beat the voice actor for him with a stick. God, I want to light him on fire. Alrighty, so. Where's Braum? It's kind of silly, but in this case, no, they could both do that. That's fine. So I need to give you guys actually decent shit. I think Snake Belly was the negate magic. Do I have another one of those Snake Bellies? Oh, that just gives you 30% resist. Yeah, I'll take that trade. She's the one who needs basically all the power bangles, because everything she has is going to go right on Valkyrie. Honestly, we're probably going to nuke her out of the fucking water. She will not survive. And I hate to say it, but God, I wish that were me. I have enough Great Eagle Hearts, but I don't have very many power bangles. So I'll remove this off you. I like the idea behind this, but instead I'm going to do what I do best, which is double down. Because come on, when is doubling down ever backfired? Come on. Dragon Rib for that extra damage boost, and the fact that it turns Bloody Patch even more effective. Also, I tested out Braum's kit. Holy shit, this dude is ridiculous. I'll show you, because Lezard is a floating character, which means this is going to work. It's a meme. Okay, so we know where he's getting his damage from. I'm not too worried about her. She's not going to be doing much in this next fight. Goddess Pendant. You know what? Sure, Rufus. Why not? Ah, yes. You know what? I know what I'm going to use it for. He's going to be our dedicated item bitch. And I could use the Robe of Britain, because I have 2 Goddess Pendants. That's because he's going to get, and you need as much defense as I can stick you with. Yeah, I'm not sure what niche a lot of these bows are supposed to fill. And I'd like to use Soul Slayer here, but, like I said, he's not really here for damage. He's here to give us attacks for a combo. So we gotta make sure he has that special flavor. And that everyone has access to their supers. The only thing this is weak to is Dark and Holy, which I suspect he's one or the other. Oh, yeah, you think so? I don't have anything against Dark. The least I could do is make sure that I'm not weakening myself. Give a Thread's Gauntlet. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that status element. How much holy resistance does one god need? Jesus. Do I have anything dedicated against Dark? No, okay, I guess not. Okay, so game plan for the first half, super easy. I'm not worried about the first half to the point that I really don't even need to talk about it. Do I have another Thread's Gauntlet? I don't. That's okay. No more defense on that. I think these are the best boots we have. This I'll have to do. Anyway. However, roles are going to have to get switched around here. So instead of just like Loot Bitch, Rufus is going to double as both our... he's going to do what he did last time. Triple Edge. And because he's here anyway, free item. This is what you're built for. Go get him, gamer. We already got Magician Slayer Prime to go. Yeah, I thought he had God or Demon or something. Yeah, he fucking has magic. So, yeah, I guess wrong. And in both forms, too. Because I went in, did the first fight real quick a couple days ago. Inspected, just magic. And then in the second fight, inspected, wiped. Be sad. God bless. Her goal is to just kind of be there. I can't really think of anything else I'd want to throw in here. We'll give her Psycho Soma. Magician Slayer. Heroism's useless. We're not... No one's dying during this. And there's nothing to break. Normally, he would be our finisher. In this case, he is not. Instead, we need to abuse spirit control. Because our goal is to make sure he stays on the ground. And same thing with you. Honestly, I would like it if he was the one who would, you know, take him out in the next fight, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll get over it. There we go. Brahm's goal is to basically just not die. That is all he needs to do. And for Rufus, killing Thorn's useless because of just the moves that this dude does. Honestly, I hadn't figured out really too many good moves for this. I think Thunderfall might work. Aiming Wisp, definitely. And three-way attack. Okay, I could work with that. Arngrim, on the other hand... Arngrim's fine the way... You're perfect the way you are. I think. And then Alicia... Let's do Gale Winds. Spiral Pierce. And we'll do Cutting Edge, because I think it just has a... we'll do Deep Impact. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Mason, what is your amazing plan to deal with the first phase? I got a new move for Brahms, which may have just made him goated. And yes, we are unironically using that word. And you will see. Okay, I'm not redoing all that iteming and menuing. Wait, party formation. I know this seems like a silly party formation, but trust me, it does make sense. Because Rufus needs all of his attacks to hit. So he needs to be really close. Apparently your party formation, even when you're in separate teams, like red or blue, determines his starting range to attack with the bow. If I put him back here, even if he's by himself, he will attack from very fucking far away. If I put him up here, honestly, if Lezard was bigger, I'd bring Shrapnel Shatter instead. It is basically like a guaranteed shotgun blast to the ass. It's funny, they almost unintentionally neutered us. Because a lot of like the big powerful bosses are like these giant big kahuna dudes, and killing Thorn is broken as fuck. You could basically win the game with just killing Thorn. I think that's why a lot of solo playthroughs use Rufus. In the case of, Lezard, he is just human size. That's why a lot of our attacks whiff. Like, I'm not doing that on purpose. Also, side note, right-hand side, just reduced defense. I got rid of his tolerance. He has a baseline of, like, what is it? It was like 180% fucking resistance.
The power of the gods.
To every element in the game. He had all tolerances up when we fought him, too, so he was at 100. This reduces it to 0. I also got rid of his evade and counter, because his counter, well, if he dodges, he'll hit me, but his direct counter that he does is he could both hit me back, and then he can teleport.
It is all as I planned.
So we nip that in the bud. On my side, we have Holy Attack for Valkyrie. When she comes in, boost that up even more. More purple gems, just because our goal is to build up a thick-ass combo and just beat the shit out of them, and then Valkyrie finishes it. So we now have everything we need this time. We are woefully prepared. There is nothing that could go wrong.
Know that thou art truly fortunate. You are able to witness the birth of a new god.
Separate here.
Lightning.
Don't sound too jazzed about it, man. So we're going to drop that even further. Because what we want is we want to go over here. And Brahms has the solution. Which you will see in a second. This is my game plan for any floating enemies. Okay, so... I can't bounce him right now. I gotta switch over hammer in the other one. Because what happens is that first one, if I swap those, they bounce. Before you ask, it is a very good meme. Where's Might Boost? Okay, go rattle his bones. I might be able to pop that. What? I'd rather just do this. Fucking leader. I'm not going to try and take him on with Justine Harriar until the end of Seraphic Gate. I've already seen all this. And the reason I say that is because we want to wait until the end of Seraphic Gate specifically for this, due to the fact that what was it? It is a flat amount of damage that he will take from us with the Iron Harrier. Valkyrie does full damage. She's still okay. Everyone else who is not Valkyrie does only 10% of their damage. So, for every one hit she would land, I have to land 10. Even if she had 10,000 attack, she would instantly kill him. If I had 10,000 attack on my Harrier, I would still do fuck all for damage. Which is why we're going to wait until the end of Seraphic Gate to do that. Because that is... On normal, it would have been super easy, but on hard, he is just way too fucking powerful. And he's going to be popping off all those moves. It's just a bad idea. Okay, now to tweak. Oh, wait, before I forget. There it is. That's what it is. Smashing Hammer bounces. Overhammer knocks him into the ground. But Smashing Hammer needs to be first. I see. I love the way they give this to you. Because it feels like they're setting you up to fail. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. Arngrim has a lot of spiking moves for dealing with this. We have Overhammer. We have all this. Just to make sure we're sending everything in the right place. Like, seriously, look how weak she is. It's like, I get the logic, but they really fucked me. How much damage could I realistically get her to do? I'm not sure the Bloody Patch is a good idea for her. Okay, so naturally Tri-Emblem. And then the 2 power bangles. So I want her to be chunky. I want her to be thick. Is that a 3rd power bangle I saw? Oh yeah, I ripped it off, everybody. Let's just go with the flat increase, because as much as I love the other way of doing this, I'm not sure that's a good call. I don't like having a strat that relies on me dying. I always hated those being like the game plan. So yeah, just get hit to go to 1 health and then go one-shot the guy. Like, oh yeah, that's totally not setting me up to fail. I'm gonna say that's a slight defense decrease, but well, and let me see what her resistances are. And she's invulnerable to fire now, which is good. Oh, those are all from the seals. Oh yeah, this is like good armor-wise, but outside of that, it does fuck all. So we're just gonna do what I always do. Slap that shit on her, baby. Some dark resist there. All right, she's ready. And because these increase attack, they'll also buff her main attack. The rest of these, like, the boys can try their best here, but realistically, their job is to just try and not die. So if I was going to try and not die, how would I do that? He already has, yeah, mass fragment. Yeah, that's the part I didn't quite have, like, a totally concise game plan for just yet. Oh yeah, Brahms is gonna be item bitch. So that means Brahms has to get stuff for his own survivability then. Okay. So if we're gonna make sure he doesn't want to die, I need to give him Ring of Healing. Metabolizer. And those are 2 different things. One of them does this thing where they will basically... how do I describe it? Ring of Healing waits until the full attack is finished and then decides if it wants to heal. Metabolizer decides if it wants to heal at the point of impact. So if I have a 1 attack, but it hits 5 times, and each attack does 200 damage... Metabolizer heals every hit versus healing once for 1,000. That is the difference. Oh, wait. Magic resist. Because I could have him also reflect. And I think he also needs the goddess pendant. There it is. Because all everyone else needs to do is just make sure they don't die. Okay, metabolizer will work for that. Gives neglect magic. Is this a negate? Oh, wait, where's that mirror fragment? If I throw that on, I could double stack these. There it goes. Both of these have different roles. Mass fragment. Realistically, I could do the same for him. There we go. I think we have our game plan. It's as good as it's going to get. And we get the given because this is the end of the game. Yeah, a lot of these were in that empty what is it, that timed cave you have to go through. That was a fucking trip. That'll do there. And remember, our status isn't saved at the end of the game. It just processes that we beat the game, and then we load up the next save file. The key point is that none of the actual events that's happening right now are saved. And that allows me to do this. Rochelle, Mithra, and Crad. So these three. Do I have any of these that don't suck? No. It has to be something that I could get a lot of. And I think I could always go make more fairy garb. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait, end of the game. Why do I even give a fuck? I'm sitting here like, how do I make this go as far as possible? It's like, don't worry about what comes later. Get through what comes now. Rochelle, and then Mithra, whatever dumbass shit he has. Callio's staff, and a magician's hat. What a fancy dude. Yeah, there really ain't all that much for you, is there, man? I'm sorry. And we'll go red boots. And then Crad. Let's see. Climb Celestis 350. Can we do better than 350? We cannot. Actually, you know what? Because remember, they're only there to combo. They don't need to actually kill the enemy. $203 and yes. Or I could just use Durandal, which is literally the same thing, but better in every way. Yes. There we go. I'll explain for all this in Seraphic Gate, because there's a lot of math that goes into this one. It is the most asinine way I've ever seen of crunching numbers. And it does make me kind of want to eat a bullet. Wait a minute. Instead of the Conqueror's armor, because of all the, No, we need that Doom, Frailty, and Transfer Resist. I was hoping I had a spare for the guy, but he'll get the fuck over it. So in your case, give you one of those. One of them. That's all she wrote. So with that, I go into party. Free soul. Jesus. Oh, side note. After I was looking into everything the last couple weeks, it turns out that it doesn't matter in any way, shape, or form what level your Einherjar are when you release them. And that you could get more of this stuff. And I knew there was a way. It's literally just based on what their stats are. So I get more, like you could see, I had more from those 3 people than I did in the entirety of the game from our first playthrough. That's why I thought this was going to be piss easy. And remember, I'm not liquidating any of our Einherjar, and especially knowing what I know now in Seraphic Gate, if I could set them up with gear from Seraphic Gate, I could basically turn the party I have in mind into just fucking damn near invincible. Title card. And that gives me enough ambrosia to make Valkyrie actually functional. This is the base you get for it. Everything else that was like +5 or ambrosia, all that was based not on strength, constitution, and dex. It was all based on equipment stats. Like reduce damage, resist, direct attack, mage, all that. Avoid. I sure fucking wish I knew that shit before I did that previously. This game is one of the most questionable put together things I've ever seen. It's like the devs wanted it to mechanically run off like magic. And then they just don't explain shit to you. It's truly the game of all time. Deadly Raid. What move do you have that hits a lot? I wish he had, like, one more version of Overhammer, honestly. But he doesn't. I'm gonna say High Wind and Storm Edge can do what I would like it to. As you're about to see it in action. Rufus's goal is to keep generating shit. And then for Valkyrie, now that we know what we need, we get Magician Slayer on her. Psychosoma. Fist of Iron for more damage. Mental boost for more damage. Actually, you know, fuck mental boost. How much magic do you have? Not really enough that I want to... What would I replace Psychosoma with? I could put on Spirit Control. And she's the finisher. She doesn't need heat up. I'll get rid of mental boost. And then throw on Psychosoma with that. There we go. Time to taste the pain. And then all everyone else needs to do is just not die. In order to do that, I have toughness to double everyone's health. Right now, he still's item bitch, and that's exactly all I need him for. Honestly, the squishiest person here is probably fucking Rufus. Is that as far as it goes? Oh, wait. Heat up. Did I never give you heat up? Oh, shit. Probably should have done that. Rufus, I am not worried about getting heat up. So we have to... what is it? It's Arngrim, Brahms, then Rufus. And then we finish with Valkyrie. Any more prep I can do here? Nope. Let's cook.
If you stood with me, you could rule the entire world under me. Why do you throw your lives away to oppose me?
This is the part where we find out whether or not all this effort was completely fucking wasted, or if this is a terrible idea. And remember, he can't evade or counter, but he can still guard. Nuking that counter is probably going to give us a big boon. What we want here is... First things first. Cover our ass. And time to show you Brahms' new tricks. Almost. Okay, still imperfect.
Did I miss? Did you die? Tired of you devils. Finishing strike. I know. Why is it still alive? Leave the rest to me. Finishing strike.
Holy shit, that heat.
Okay, now I'm
In
taking
the
off.
name of the Valkyrie! Divine Assault! Evilon Valesti! Purify them!
Those are the numbers we need.
Still thou stands?
I can work with that.
Sap guard!
Oh shit. Hope he rolls Doom on that. Nice. Not being able to get one shot on that is going to be a fucking huge buff. And now I don't have to spend extra AP for this next part. I'd rather us get bigger combos.
In the name of the Valkyrie.
I'll say yes, somewhere I fucked the order up on that, but I wasn't sure how much more Arngrim had in him.
Still thou stands.
So he has heat up, but Final Blast is really bad with generating heat. Yeah, if I would have used Arngrim, I wouldn't have been able to get off Valkyrie. Okay, Overdrive's been activated. Now I can apply this to make her even more powerful. This is when shit kind of starts popping off, though. Only best move we can do is make sure Valkyrie faces him.
Cut your legs from you!
You will pay.
Yeah, here it is. Starting the cycle. That could have gone way the fuck better, jeez. Yeah, I didn't notice that you could have resistance to knockdown. And the fact that he just went with the least damaging move he could right now may have just sent it. I'm going for it. If I had to guess, a good setup for this would be... Now we're just going to...
Leave the rest to me! No way! You got me tired of you devils! Not even funny! Finishing strike!
Oh god, I think this is going to kill. I think we got it.
You damn it wasn't enough! My strength is the sword of the oppressed!
38. He generates a shit ton. Fuck.
You amuse me, you fool!
Okay, so he cannot be used third in that rotation. I have a feeling we're about to take a shit ton of damage, so Panic Heal. Works every time.
I shall tear asunder the sisterly bonds! No mercy for the damned. No escape from catastrophe. Meteor swarm! So you wish to know what lies beyond sheer terror?
Fuck.
Oh, unseen power! Cleave from their bodies the black light.
Do you see it now, King Gunnar? The continuation of the dream?
Lenneth's spirit. Lenneth's soul. It all belongs to me! Now die, you damned human!
That's how you get preggers.
A soul is something no other can possess.
A god is not as almighty as I expected.
Now you see. Nothing can rule another's heart. Nothing. You have toyed with countless souls. You have used Gungnir to wreak havoc and destruction on the world. For these sins you will pay with your soul.
I have lost.
And the rest of
Alicia?
this is just heavily happily ever after. And then another future waits on Lenneth's wings. And then time for the first game. I love the idea of it because it's a sequel, prequel. Because the Lezard in this is the Lezard from the, and I know I keep pointing this out. This is the Lezard from the first game. Towards the back half of Valkyrie Profile 1, some wild shit happens, and then he basically teleports to this time period in Valkyrie Profile 2. So this is a prequel, except for one person. And now, we cook. That's what I'd say if we were going to keep going, but I'm going to breach Seraphic Gate, and we'll fight, what's-her-face? And then I'll probably call it there. I think I'm only going to do one Seraphic Gate stream. You guys have already seen me do the entirety of it. I'm not going to redo it all on hard just for your, you know, adoring eyes. That, sounds like shit. But what I will do, because remember, we have to play through it, and I did look it up. We have to play through it to get the final doodad for it. I still don't know quite what it is, but there's like items we have to grab. To definitively finish Seraphic Gate, we have to beat it 10 times. The mooks stay the same, the bosses get stronger. And remember, this is hard mode. I.e., every boss, instead of 1.2 times max health, has double the health. On top of them getting boosted even further from the Seraphic Gate reruns. Because it takes the Seraphic Gate number and then doubles that. So if a dude has 1 million health, you go to beat Seraphic Gate the first time, second run through, he has, I don't know, 1.4 million. That is when that's applied. So, 2.8 million. And it's not like they're a pushover in the first place. Like, I still remember that one lady. She beat the piss out of me. She would beat my ass. Also, I kind of really like doing this. There's just a little, try speeding run. Was it speed run tonight? Lezard's stats aren't going to change at all throughout the rest of the run, but the issue is him doing that 10% health thing, or what is it, taking 10% damage. Oh wait, I should probably finish my earlier thought. Yeah. I don't want to play Seraphic Gate multiple times on stream, let alone, because we have to do a total of 10. I don't want to just sit here doing all that all fucking over again on stream, so I'll probably just do it off stream while I'm killing time. Like I said, I ran out of shit to say during Seraphic Gate, during the initial run of Seraphic Gate, and solving those puzzles. So all you'd be doing is watching me do the exact same steps I did last time, but with different characters. And I do have an idea on kind of what kind of party I want to make, because since we haven't liquidated any on Harrier, we have choices. I say, because I was thinking we need... I wanted to do Valkyrie, Freya, Dylan, and Brahms. Valkyrie, I'm kind of iffy on still, because I haven't fully figured out if I actually want her on the team. Because remember, the first run we get all the characters, and then we have 9 more runs in order to get to the actual end of it. The enemies, all we have to do basically is kill the bosses on each lap, though. The chests and stuff don't respawn, we don't have to redo puzzles. So I'm going to do everything for Seraphic Gate off-stream, and then the final Seraphic Gate run, I will do on-stream. That way y'all can watch me suffer in real time. That, and the Seraphic Gate has a lot of shit that I need to do off-stream anyway that would end up taking a while. Because we need to do all those puzzles again. There's a bunch of fucking equipment that we need that are drops, and albeit finding that little thing with the 4 7s and 4 3s is going to be massively helpful in that process. But even traversing Seraphic Gate's kind of a pain in the ass. I can't speed it up the same way. And then after all that, we do the stream where we do Seraphic Gate. I get my shit kicked in, because trust me, this is... I'm not... It's going to be a bad time. I will have fun, but remember, on normal, when we got to the end of Seraphic Gate the first time, she was a tanky lady. Just saying. And now I gotta go talk to her again. Are you shitting me? Yep, we're running it back. Do I want to go Achromatic Law? No, I'm not really using elements. We'll do Chasm Wrath. Yeah, that works. Remember, Chasm Wrath is just best in slot. Chasm Wrath being as good as it is because Remember, any damage, once I go past the enemy's defense, it's all just plus. So there's no reason not to use it. And the builds we have going on right now will also double perfectly fine for beating the ever-loving piss out of this lady. Do they still have the triplet pad? Ooh, this is gonna be fun. We've come a long way, boys and girls. And due to the fact that we do 10% damage against Lezard when he has that 1.2 mil, like I said, that health isn't going to change or anything. But because I and Harrier only do 10% damage, theoretically, he technically has 12 million health. I.e., it's going to be a shit show. Because 12 million is a lot of fucking HP. So we need everything we can get from Seraphic Gate. We only have like 30 more levels to go. 30, 40. And after a certain point, we don't get any more stats from leveling. So I have to come up with like a build and the gear from it to beat his ass. And luckily I found that wombo combo with Brahms. Because that's probably going to be essential to, you know, wiping his ass. We're not going to be able to rely on using our Soul Crush as much. So a lot of our damage just has to come all natural. And since no Valkyrie, so basically fuck us. It's going to be a very long fight. And I think... No, actually... He's the one who's going to be beating the shit out of her, so... Domestic violence, home. Yeah, that one's fine. Rufus is still fine doing what he's doing. Can't think of anything else in order to buff damage here, so... You ready to get sent to the fucking Shadow Realm, lady? Derna Hamilton. This was the most bullshit fight in the game. Coming into this bitch having... Not 100% fire resist, but absorb, which is the only version of 100% resist that you can't nullify. Completely cutting off my access to the strongest attack element in the game.
If you die, you fail.
Anyway, let's go.
Might reinforce.
Okay, that's not bad. There it is. Just casually dropped 7,000 in damage on my endgame characters. What did I want to do? I wanted to use this. For some reason, all the actual humans that we don't fight regular humans. They're all magicians, quote unquote. Did she really only have 144,000 on normal? Fuck me. No, it would have been like 160. But completely immune to fire. On this version, the end version of her absorbs its aids. I'll probably be required to use the anachromatic seal stone to get rid of all our other resists. But having fire cut off like that is going to shoot us in the foot. 3,600 magic, Jesus fuck. Well, at least we're able to kneecap her. I will admit.
Explosion!
Bitch. This will probably be easy. Hits me for way too much damage just now.
Unseen power. Smash their bodies with the light. Still okay. Still okay. Gather crushing ice.
I think the worst thing about it, too, is she's as strong as she is, and then randomly just keeps telling me, still okay. The devs actively put her in the game to mock me. Piss me off.
Still okay.
Flanker. Oh, shit. And I have those double checks still. I could use them to level Freya later. That's going to be a huge boost.
Take this.
And
I don't want to die in vain.
sometimes you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
But are you good enough?
Losers shouldn't gamble.
Rufus is just lying on the ground in the fucking... What's his face? Yamcha death pose. You are extremely qualified. So I just want you to know, anytime that I am not streaming this and I'm playing this, I am actively suffering. I leave you with that final thought. I'll talk about final feelings on the hard mode run once I'm done with Seraphic Gate, because the way I feel about Seraphic Gate and the way I feel about hard mode as a whole are two very different things. Because one of these things is not like the other. One of these things... AIDS! And I mean it. Yeah, this had to be like one of the biggest sleeper hits in my head, I swear, because fucking... It just has so much going on. I was not expecting to be playing this for months. Valkyrie Profile 1 is a short game, and this is a short game too, if you're just trying to get to the end of it. But hard mode... I dare say that hard mode is one of those... This is one of those games where hard mode actually makes the game better. There are very few games where follow-up playthroughs of an already kind of canned experience offers much benefit. This being one of them makes me happy because... So far, the ones I've found are Parasite Eve 2, to this day still stands in memory as a top tier. It is one of the very few games where every playthrough right up until the final one, not replaying the same difficulty, but a different difficulty, actively improves your experience. It is just absolutely phenomenal. Love it to death. We're going to stop by the shop real quick to pick up some doodads. The game actively benefits because it allows you to finally let the mechanics shine a bit without you kind of phoning it in. Because during the normal run, if I prepped for a fight, we would just completely fucking nuke whoever we were fighting out of the water. They stood zero chance. It was... I spent, I think, a large majority of the run saying, man, I sure wish these guys would hit me back. And then they did. Yeah, well, they didn't, but... You know what I mean? I spent a lot of the run wishing that would happen, or they'd just, like, swing at me or some shit, and they would just not. Also, there's nothing else really for me to spend money on, so it's like, where else am I gonna go with this? I'm gonna say the only thing I would have to do might be to start releasing. I'm gonna try and avoid releasing the Einherjar until I absolutely have to. Due to the fact that, oh, nice. I feel like if I slap all my gear and, like, maximize it, because we have... Actually, you know what? How much do we have? Let me count the number real quick. I also must just eat my controller on my desk. Okay, I want you guys to know I forgot to charge my controller before the stream. So I've been playing an inch away from my monitor and laptop because the cable that I use to charge this is about 1.5 feet long. How many Einherjar do we have? Rufus Argo Bronze. 1, 2. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wow, we get exactly 20 Einherjar. 20 Einherjar that I can absolutely be overly efficient and get, like, best in slot gear depending on what we need to just make a couple of cracked boys. Just Conqueror's armor. And this is assuming that I didn't even go to Seraphic Gate. I can use equipment I can find in Seraphic Gate. Like that one ridiculous-ass heavy sword. Oh yeah, we finally have heavy warriors in the party again. Yeah, that ridiculous-ass heavy sword that had like 22,000 attack or 2,200 attack. And we missed out on surprisingly a lot by using an all-Valkyrie team. Like, it was really fucking cool. But it did cut off our access to quite a few doodads. I didn't remember who I was going to use. I was going to use Lenneth. Not Valkyrie. Because Lenneth has access to a lot of spells that Alicia has. And a little bit of general spells for, like, buffing and debuffing. Because Rufus isn't going to be in the party anymore, so we need someone who could fill that slot. Valkyrie, for some reason, has 0 spellcasting. It's Alicia, but worse. But on that note, boys and girls, I could spend plenty of time gushing about Parasite Eve later. I've already done it a million times on stream, so I'm not going to do it again. Way to save the plot, Lezard. Seriously, his performance is just fucking top tier. You've been listening to Mason FM with the Evening Hour. God bless you. God bless this stream. And God bless your hero, because I got to get through like 8 or 9 things of Seraphic Gate, and I already kind of want to die a little bit. I'll see you for the final Seraphic Gate. It'll be Seraphic Gate, CBT edition. Adios, amigos. Adios. I wonder if Valkyrie Profile 3 is going to be anywhere near like this. Jesus Christ.